Hello, I'm Paul Hand, and a very warm welcome, badminton fans, to wonderful Guangzhou, the Canton Tower, the tallest building here in China's third largest city, known as the City of Flowers, with its flora enjoying year-round bloom. Only a 90-minute train ride from Hong Kong, this modern city steeped in history and heritage, and it's very much an international metropolis. We are at the Tiana Gymnasium, playing host to the HSBC BWF World Tour finals until 2021, the pinnacle of the badminton season, pitting the world's very best against each other, competing for their share of badminton's biggest prize pool ever, $1.5 million US. It's the standout fixture on the BWF calendar and is the ultimate goal for all professional shuttlers. The World Tour has whizzed around to all four corners of the globe. 25 tournaments culminating in this one for the top 8 performers. It's been a very busy calendar year. Players chasing around, seeking those race to Guangzhou points. And this, one of those very special weeks. It's the climax of the calendar year. The top 8 qualifiers in all 5 categories. And this is what they're competing for, that glistening HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy, glinting and inspired by Guangzhou's Canton Tower itself. Let's take a look at our finals format. The concluding day of group action today across all 5 events on 2 courts. Following the group stages, the top 2 ranked in both groups qualify and extend their stay to the weekend for the knockout semi-finals. That'll be drawn later tonight. So much riding on many matches today, deciding the outcome, who stays to battle on and who returns home. So the players will be fighting tooth and nail with everything they've got to ensure progression. Well, this is our order of play today on Show Court 2. First match of our Day 3's night session is a women's doubles. Last year's runners-up, Koreans Lee and Shin, undefeated in Group B so far. Today they go against the Thais, KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI, themselves yet to get a win. 5-love stranglehold head-to-head from the Koreans in that one. A women's singles Group A match next, where He Binzhao seeks a 5th consecutive win over defending champion Kusala v Sindhu. But sadly, both no longer in the semi-final qualifying conversation. Then a mixed doubles from Group A featuring Malaysians Chan and Go against the all-lefty Korean team of Seo and Chai, also playing for 3rd or 4th group position there. Men's singles from Group A, still all options open as to who will qualify there. World number 3, Anna Antonsen, takes on the world number 19, Wang Suwei, with a lot riding on that match. Wang, of course, confident with that win over Jonathan Christie yesterday. Keeps us all guessing as to the Group A progressors. Match 5, another significant and captivating men's doubles to round out our group stage action on 2. With qualification riding on it. Another exciting tussle to look forward to between world number 1's Gideon and Sukamuljo. They square off against world number 4's from Japan, Kimura and Sonoda. The Indonesian world number 1's have won 6 out of the last 7 matches against the Japanese. Well, our players are marooned in the holding area, ready to rock and roll. For one of those very special weeks. There are the 2 Koreans, and there are their Thai opponents today in the last group match. KITITHARAKUL just really wanting to come out flying. This is how the groups look. The Koreans, Lee and Shin, will advance in either 1st or 2nd spot. The Thais, well, their campaign has run its course after this match. Either Meio Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, or Kim So-young and Kong Hee-yong qualify. Whoever wins that match, that'll be later over on Show Court 1. So that's how the group looks at the moment, but of course that'll all adjust after this evening's play. We'll keep an eye on it and keep you up to speed with what's happening there. Well, this is the one we'll be watching, both with a similar number of Korea women's doubles wins. Lee and Shin from Korea against KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI, Thailand's finest. So, The players are just about ready to walk on, and I'm delighted to say my name's Paul Hand. Alongside me, my dear friend Morten Frost. Good evening, Morten.
Good evening to you, Paul. Yes, we have good matches in front of us. Looking forward to it. So,
yeah, should be interesting, shouldn't it? So much to play for. These guys, though, from Thailand, sadly, without a win, they will be making the return trip home. But still, it's often quite liberating, and there's prize money and world ranking points, of course, to contest. So they'll be desperate to redeem their efforts here so far and get a toe in on the group, at least with a win. I'm sure
absolutely.
They'll come out blazing.
It's playing for honours as well. Honour is important.
Absolutely. It's all about pride, isn't it? Pride in what you do as a pro. You know all about that, my friend.
Yeah, you have to try to win every single match you play.
And of course, if not here, it just sort of, you know, sends an echo around the other tournaments to come, doesn't it? That whole theme of what you're about. You know, do you get stuck in, or are you just a little bit
yeah,
temperamental?
It's important. It is important to send the right signals to all your opponents around the world.
Massive moments for all players. Should be a good evening. Atmosphere building nicely as we head towards the weekend then. Generous crowd in, and it'll get thicker and thicker as the night progresses. There's some terrific badminton to unfold. Last day on 2 show courts. Tomorrow we will whittle down and the spotlight will brighten onto just the 1 main show court. Here come the Thai athletes. Now, they've work to do. They've never had a win over these two, the Koreans. Let's see if we can hear the toss. Canadian umpire.
Ladies, we have black and we have red. Red? Red's been called. Black. You want that side? 1 second. You will serve. 1 second. You will receive. You will receive, serve, receive.
I like the Canadian umpire's clarity. He's gesturing with hand signals and making trebly sure that he's got it clearly who's serving and returning. And after all of that hullabaloo, I don't know who's doing what.
Yeah, it's very interesting that the Thai pair, KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI, they actually chose ends. They won the toss and they chose ends, and they've taken the slow end first.
That's interesting, isn't it, tactically? Yep. And badminton is really like that, isn't it? Very much so. And you're a real protagonist in that regard, aren't you?
It's, in my opinion, very important.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Every edge you can get as a professional, that's what it's all about. You've got to be forensic with the detail as a good badminton player. Lee So-hee from Korea, and her partner alongside Shin Seung-chan, 25 years old, is Shin. They were runners-up at the last World Tour finals. Took their time to get going this year. It was only late in the season they made their first final on home soil at the Korean Open. That's all secondary anyway. What matters is they've got 2 group wins already. And you can see they've been taking the distance, and both matches went the other side of an hour, taking down Matsumoto and Nagahara, and also the other Korean team en route. Now, what are these two? KITITHARAKUL, 26 years of age, born in Chiang Mai. Have been as high as 6 in the world, but currently ranked 9th. And her partner PRAJONGJAI, Rawinda PRAJONGJAI, same age, Bangkok born and bred. And well, familiar partners, these two. They've been playing for quite a while. They helped Thailand to win the Uber Cup final last year.
Yeah, they got to the Uber Cup final. Japan won it, but they beat China in the semi-final. That was a massive win.
And you can see that they were just edged out by the Japanese. That was a competitive match, but really long rallies in that one, and also losing out in the group to the other Koreans. So sadly, no wins for the Thais as of yet. Gerald Arsenault of Canada. I hope I've not butchered his name too much. But no, Hu Long-hu from China, the service judge. The Thais also, they lost in the quarterfinals as the 4th seeds at last year's World Tour finals here, unable to qualify through the group stages, really. That was the bottom line. Incidentally, back then they lost to Lee and Shin of South Korea, as they did Matsumoto and Nagahara and the Stueva sisters. And I remember coming away from it, Morton, this is doing them no disservice, but saying that they were just a little bit lightweight. They've added to their game. I can see that over the last calendar year of results.
I think they have played much better in 2019, KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI. I think they are moving up. They are getting a little bit better the whole time. It's very interesting to watch.
Yeah. Making strides, both teams. Here we go then. Last of the group matches from women's doubles Group B. On this court anyway.
And on my left, Shin Chen, Lee So-hee, Korea. Lee So-hee to serve to Jang Gong-fan, KITITHARAKUL, Leval, play.
It's a really good counter-attacking shot there from PRAJONGJAI. Very nicely driven cross-court. Look at that. Found the gap between the two players. Nicely played. That was a bad serve from Shin, but she got away with it. Very, very high. Over the net.
And I guess mentally, Morton, we need to kind of discuss the mindset of these two teams. You having been a former top player, everyone knows, all around the world. What will the Koreans be thinking at this stage? Is it all about energy conservation? Or will they go lights out for the win?
No, I think they will. They would like to top the group. They would like to, you know, be in there and show people that you know, we mean business.
2-all.
Quite a coup, isn't it, to top the group? 3 wins they're gunning for out of 3 matches. The team in black with their backs to us here. Morton, it was late last night. You and I were discussing over breakfast earlier today that Gideon and Sukamulya were up against Endo and Watanabe, and the shuttle got really quite slow because the conditions, as in the temperatures the other side of midnight, really slowed down late last night. It was fascinating. They couldn't kill the shuttle.
No. No, but on the other hand, those two pairs against one another, it looks like that the Japanese pair, Endo and Watanabe, is having kind of the key to beat Gideon and Sukamulya. They sort of found the key, and they've done it on a few occasions. And
tease out error, don't they? And kind of frustrate them, right?
They do.
And it's interesting today because back to sort of current conditions, it's pretty warm outside, probably mid-20s in terms of degrees.
It's been a lovely day today.
And of course that'll reflect on a little bit more speed with the shuttle in here, I guess.
Yeah, but they have different speeds. They have 3 different speeds to use and to choose from.
Would they change that daily or not?
I think they could change it during the actual session as well.
Oh, okay.
So if the session, if it's heating up, becoming too much, they go down to a slower speed.
Brilliant.
4-all.
That's why I love working with you. No stone unturned. That's just the kind of detail that we need to know, though, isn't it?
But once again, a shocker of a serve from Shin Seong-chan. Once again, she got away with it.
Well, that was right in her strike zone, wasn't it?
5-4.
She'll be disappointed with that after that long, grueling rally. Psychologically, that's a lift to the Koreans and a wounder to the losers of the point.
Let it's over. 5-all. Six, 5. Service over. 6-all.
Nothing in it so far. Tantalizingly close. Oh, well, redeeming herself after that swing and a miss from Shin Seon-chan. We've seen a few nervy serves from her as well, and well, that was a beautiful finish to that point to bolster her confidence.
It's good work from the back from partner Lee So-hee. She's very energetic at the back. Sometimes I think she's playing it a little bit too safe when she's attacking into the centre of the court. And I would like her to spread it around a bit more variety to her attack. But she is very energetic. She's a hard-working girl. And, of course, Shin Seon-chan is really having the benefits standing at the net and intercepting.
7-all. Eight, 7.
Wonderful counter-attacking shot this time from KITITHARAKUL.
Well, both teams have been tallying up sort of next to each other on the score graphic. Neither can break away, really. Is this the turn of the ties here with 2 consecutive points for them?
Ten, 7.
Oh, that's good defensive work from PRAJONGJAI. How she got that back, I don't know.
Yeah, a hat-trick of points, somehow salvaging that one 3 in a row. Really well played. KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI to the lead then, 11 points to 7.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
So 8 minutes have elapsed out here on show court 2. And, well, it's been a very competitive opening game. The Thais are acquitting themselves very, very well, despite a couple of losses in the group already. They've come out fighting and shown a terrific competitive attitude.
Service over. 8-11.
A little bit of muffled communication behind an open palm from the server. Lucky break off the net for the Koreans.
11.
A lot of strapping on the shoulder of Jongkolfan KITITHARAKUL. Perhaps feeling the rigours of the week.
Now, she was injured in the recent tournament. I think it was Hong Kong she pulled out of. And they had to concede at, I think it was 11-5 in the first game. I can't remember whether it was the quarter-final or... Well, I can check up on it, but she was definitely injured. She had to pull out.
It's an interesting muscle group, isn't it? The shoulder, the back of the shoulder, specifically the rotator cuff, are quite a common injury amongst racket sports players because the front of the shoulder, the chest side, gets quite overdeveloped relatively with all the smashing and work like that. You've got to do a lot of band work to stabilize the joint.
Good interception here from Shin Chong-chan.
11.
That was not an easy one.
Yes.
Well, after that heady run of 5 points for Team Thailand, the Koreans have just won 4 out of the last 5 themselves to stay in touch. And it has been a very competitive, open kind of group, really. It's been a lot of 3-game matches within it.
Yeah, it's very interesting in the other group, in Group B. In Group A, all the matches except the last one that was played today were 3 games.
Yeah.
All of the matches went to 3.
Incredible.
And I'm impressed here with KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI because they lost to the World Champions 22-20 in the final game on the first day. And still they are here fighting their hearts out. Showing very good character.
I think that was like an hour and 28 minutes or something. I called that match on this court. It just went on and on. 168 was one of the rally lengths. Brilliant match.
Service over. 13-all. Play. Let.
Well, we've seen that a couple of times now, haven't we?
Yeah, it's because Shin Chong-chan is not confident in her serve. Oh, look at that one. It's amazing that PRAJONGJAI is not killing that one.
Yeah.
It's so high, that low serve.
14.
Yeah, deserved dispatching that, didn't it?
It's amazing she's not putting it away. And it's happened 3 or 4 times already. But players who are not that confident on their serve have a tendency to try to serve very quickly in order to stress the opponent, and maybe they make mistakes and so on. Another example of it I had this afternoon is Gracia Poli. She can't, she's not a good server. I can't say she can't serve, but she's not a good server. And that means that she's doing exactly the same as Shin Chung-chan, but she's actually a little bit worse.
Yeah. But presumably it's an aspect of their game. They practice a lot as well.
You practice and you practice, but it's just in your mind. It's very, very tough.
Shin at the back of the court there, just muscling through. A little glimmer of all of her power.
14.
Heavy strike, that one.
Yeah, sometimes the serving can come to an extent where a player simply cannot serve a low serve at all, no matter what. So every single time they have to flick it.
Yeah.
And there was a Danish mixed doubles player at one stage who was had so much trouble that she had to flick every single serve. There's a women's mixed double player from England that's having a lot of trouble on that.
I know who you can. Yes,
having a lot of trouble on that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can mention a few.
Yeah, but you don't. You're diplomatic. I love that in you, Morten. Do you know what I love? I love the mental approach here. I think it's great, particularly from the Thai. Well, all four players, they're getting stuck in. You wouldn't realise that it's a, well, not that you'd say, but it's a kind of dead rubber. You know, they're just getting on with this. This is great. Really hungry for the result. Brilliant. Brings parity back to the game, does Shin.
16 all.
Just a little chance to step off stage as the court attendant's on, doing his business.
Quick towel, on call. So the flick serve, Morten, presumably when used a lot, it really is a pretty good indication of pressure then on a player.
It can be. There are circumstances where it's obviously a very good tactic to do it against whoever your opponent is, but in many cases it's a strong indication, yes.
Ty Delight after that point, both of them fist pumping, 17 all.
17.
In keeping with the theme of the group, it's close.
That's wide. Well left there by Shin Chung-chan.
Service over. Quick. 18, 17.
PRAJONGJAI a little unlucky there. She was bold and sort of pioneering, going for the acute angle with the block, but trying to open the court of the Korean, just missing. Oh, well done, closing that net down so quick to pounce.
18 all.
Once again, closing the net down nicely there.
19, 18.
It's good quality, good match. Well played here from Shin. Oh, that's a wonderful picture.
It is nice, isn't it? Did you wince there as that came towards us? Challenge here. It's been called long. Rwanda PRAJONGJAI thinks she's found the court. So going upstairs for the first time in the match then. The review is in progress. And the umpire had his Canadian right arm aloft to gesture just that. But to no avail, long way out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 20, game point 18, play. Service over.
Lucky break off the net cord, keeping the ties afloat in this opener.
19, 20.
They themselves managed to take the opening game against the Japanese. Not so Kim and Kong. Can they do so here? Right up against it. They've got to win this point to stay in it. And they do, responding very, very well. A squeal of Ty Delight. Nervy miss.
Yeah, first service mistake from KITITHARAKUL. And what a time to do it.
Third game point opportunity for Lee So-hee here. Oh, that's gone. So it is the Koreans in black that march towards their kick boxes. Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan from South Korea pocket the opening game 22-20 after 23 minutes played.
그거 붙여줘야 돼. 앞사람 중간볼 붙이고 중간볼 따라가서 때려줘야 돼. 앞사람이 때려줘야 돼. 뒷사람 중간볼 너무 정확하게 하지 말고 붙여줘. 그리고 얘들아 중간볼을 진짜 다음으로 줘야 되는데 중간볼을 막 끝내려고 했다.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
So back for game 2 then.
Second
The
game.
Koreans Lee and Shin
Level.
with a game to the good here at the
Play.
top of your picture in black and red. And the Thais had their chance, Morton, didn't they? It was just a nervy service fault from
KITITHARAKUL.
Yeah.
On 20 all.
Yeah.
Out. Service over. 1 all. Service over. 2-1.
Yeah, good play there from Thailand combination. But it's hard to play winners against such a good defensive work from Korea. And one of the few times where we've seen Lee So-hee actually opting to go down the line on her attack and not go down the centre.
You like that, don't you? Just a bit
Yeah.
more creativity.
And look what happened. She got the point.
Service over. 2-3.
Just a little off balance there, and rewinding back to your point there about this player in your picture, Lee So-hee, and you know, being brave enough to straight smash and be a little bit more adventurous than hitting down the middle. They've had such success. I guess there's that sort of default that wants to just do what you've always done, but of course to get further, you've got to be perhaps a little bit more creative.
I think you pinpointed it absolutely right when you said get it further. It's all about trying to develop your game the whole time, because if you're stationary, everybody else is moving around you, and that means that you are actually losing out.
Yeah, this game is constantly evolving, isn't it, as you have to as a player. A little momentary confusion from the Koreans mid-point, but they put the wheels back on.
Yeah, I think it was a small mistake because Lee So-hee had to move backwards in order to hit that smash, where Shin Seung-chan was moving forward to hit it. So it should have been Shin Seung-chan playing the shot and not Lee So-hee.
I'm constantly enjoying your detail.
4.
Every little thing like that you were on as a player, I'm sure.
I was.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah, of course.
Out. Service over. 5 all.
That was a good serve for once.
Wait there. And I will take care of it. You wait for it.
You wait until they're ready, suggests the Canadian umpire.
Yeah, because I think the umpire is absolutely right in the sense that Prajongjai is not delaying the game. She's getting ready as quickly as she can. There's no tactics in it. She's simply just getting ready, but the serve is coming before then.
But don't you have to play at the pace of the server? Isn't that the ruling?
No.
Okay.
The server cannot serve before the opponent is ready to receive.
Okay.
And if there's not undue delay, then you have to wait.
Yeah.
Good return there. Very, very good return from Lee So-hee.
She was on that like a flash, wasn't she?
She was very quick on it, and the placement on the mid-court area was very nice.
Just over half an hour played, and it's bubbling up nicely, this one.
Umpire Klaus Schlieben from Austria. Service yard, Henrik Owens from Denmark.
让我们首先请出来自泰国的德查波尔沙西利。
A blur of black coming towards you fast there. They were really, after that point, the Koreans, very aggressive. Starting to look a little bit more confident.
Nine, 6.
That was a cue at the net.
Nice turnaround there. Good defensive prowess from the Koreans.
10.
Yeah, it was very noticeable that the Koreans moved their opponents on the back line from side to side very nicely. That meant that KITITHARAKUL, who's actually a good smasher, a good hitter, did not really get in position to hit as hard as she could. So it was only down to, what, 75–80%, and that makes it a lot easier to defend it.
Interval.
중간볼을 앞 사람이 쳐야 뒷 사람도 맞으면 안 된다. 알지? 앞 사람이 중간볼을 다 봐도 때려줘. 때려줘. 진짜로 오는 게 딱 이렇게 하면 툭 하고 가야 돼. 아까 쫙 가니까 조금만 끊어야 돼. 중간볼랑 오른쪽 중간볼 끊어야 돼. 어차피 그 정도만
For
때려.
20 seconds. For 20 seconds. (11-6) play.
So Lee So-hee to serve after the mid-game interval, 11-6 up for Lee and Shin.
Service over.
That was a good attempt
7-11.
in terms of interception there from Shin Seong-chan. That's a good follow-up by PRAJONGJAI. As soon as you see the shuttle is dropping on the back line, Shin Seong-chan is sort of contemplating to leave it. Straight away you see she's moving forward, closing down the net, exactly as what she should do. Look at that, here we come. That's really well done by PRAJONGJAI. Textbook. Once again, the interception from Shin Seong-chan did not work out on exactly the same spot as what we saw just a few rallies ago. So the first 3 points have gone the way of Thailand after the mid-game interval. So that's a very good recovery here from KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI. Last 4 points got Thailand way.
All.
Good lead from Lee So-hee.
Service over.
Did the ties do anything different,
12,
Morten, in your eyes,
8.
to win that run of 5 consecutive?
Not really. I think Shin Jung-chan took a few chances and she missed it, and you know, takes very little.
Well, playing with the drift on their back, though it's marginal, it is just pushing the
13,
shuttle that
11.
little bit more over the back line.
Shin Jung-chan had 2 overhit misses at the net, and then she left one on the back line, and so that's 3 out of the 5 points.
Oh, back with full power. Lee looking particularly fleet-footed and nimble.
14, 11.
She is, as you implied at the start, quite a workhorse, isn't she, on the Korean team? Really physical.
Yeah, she's quick.
Wiry, strong.
That serve must be a problem, as and when they're
12,
having to play
14.
for the really big honours, you know, in the big tournaments, and it's semi-finals and finals like this one. They're qualifying for the semi-final for tomorrow, and let's see, you know, that serve can be a problem.
Shin Chen-chan, challenge, call, out. Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 13, 14, play.
Just overpressed, didn't she, PRAJONGJAI, on that final shot? Couldn't get it down quite enough.
Service over. 15, 13.
Oh, that's a good reply from KITITHARAKUL.
Gutsy play, 2 wonderful touches from KITITHARAKUL throughout rally. That was something very special there.
Yeah, the drop shot was so very short. This one here, very short. And Shin not able to get into position.
Gutsy stuff from the Thai.
On court. Play. Play. Shin.
A little bit of dancing going around on the court just to get out some of these beads of sweat. Almost a mini protest from the Koreans.
Service over.
But all over it when they did resume.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a silly attempt there from KITITHARAKUL. That's not disciplined enough. Going for a chance like that with a front player like SHIN, you are almost sure to get punished. But that little exchange at the net by PRAJONGJAI, that was pretty smart.
16.
Very quick. And then fast cross court.
Yeah.
First this one and then cross again.
Yeah.
But the last one is really quick.
Thank you. Play.
That's really well left by SHIN.
Service over.
Very good awareness.
17-15.
Tai is understandably looking a little anxious, as are the coaches, as time is running out here.
There's just 2 points in it. Anything is possible.
Yeah. She's at it again, but this time it was KITITHARAKUL with the supreme net angle there.
Exactly the same shot.
Yeah.
16,
High skill level.
17.
Gotta love the way they're bringing their best on these big points. It's almost like a set play that's been rehearsed a lot in practice. Drilled.
Service over. 18-16. Service over. 17-18.
Stunning. A blur of energy again. Lee So-hee,
Service over.
the aggressor. Wonderful setup from SHIN as well.
19-17. Service over. 18-19.
There is a good choice to play this block shot on SHIN. She's got a tendency to stand a little bit further back in her defense. And that's going wide.
Service over. 20, match point 18. Quick one, quick. Now we need that. On court.
So it's just like the opening game. Lee and Shin 2018 up. In the opening game, KITITHARAKUL and PRAJONGJAI managed to get back to 20 all. So let's see if they're able to do the same this time.
Play.
Oh, she was exploding off the mark so fast to try and keep the point alive if she needed to. Didn't need to in the end because Shin couldn't quite clear the net with the final shot, but leaving no stone unturned. KITITHARAKUL here, and as a consequence, she just falls to the deck. And one match point has been saved, but still they've work to do.
Play.
Well, she can barely believe it.
Happened twice now.
Yeah.
And it's KITITHARAKUL that's serving again on 20. The last time she flicked it out.
That's right, I remember that. I made a note of that.
Let's
Service
see.
full, yeah.
Let's see. This time it stayed in.
Three in a row from Thailand. How about that?
That's a fantastic angle played by KITITHARAKUL. When she's intercepting there at the net and able to go cross court, that's a super shot. Try to have a look at this one. That is nice.
Yeah, she was deadly there, wasn't she? Really just coming around the inside of the shuttle to get the acute off angle. Beautiful put away. And now, having saved 2 match points, the Thais have a game point of their own. No, not for long though. That was very decisive from Shin.
Service over.
Yeah, she's moving up well here alongside her partner and closing down the gap. As another detail surely trained and rehearsed quite a lot.
Oh yes, the power this time from Lee So-hee.
22-21.
Got plenty of that on tap. So again, Lee and Shin have engineered a 3rd match point opportunity. There it is, a guttural roar of approval from Lee So-hee and Shin Seon-chan. They've been impressive all week, imperious throughout last year's runner-up. And, well, they put this match to bed against the Thais in straight games in the end. They needed 3 match points to do it. Took 54 minutes of action, but 3 wins from 3 matches. Faultless en route to the semi-finals. The Koreans march on to the weekend. Confirmation of the scoreline, 22-20, 23-21 in 55 minutes. Delight from the Koreans. Really pleased with themselves. Smiles etched across their faces. Their job is done. Until tomorrow.